Well, it's going to be Melrose to kick off through Scott Clark. Melrose are going to go left to right here. If you're looking at it from the Geit's balcony, the sun still shining here. Shadows starting to lengthen a wee bit, but it's been a glorious day, and we're hopefully in for a showpiece final between the best two teams on show. As that kickoff gone 10, it's been allowed to bounce, and it has eventually gone 10 and drifted into touch just inside their own 10-metre line. Dwayne Patterson to throw in, and that's a squint one by Patterson. It's gone right over the top, and it's in the hands now of Scott Clark. And here comes Stuart Kirk, this new Melrose recruit. He's wrapped up by Archie Barber. Good defence by the young but experienced Barber. Rolly Brett to Mulcahy. Mulcahy comes back against the grain. He bumps off Patterson. Scragged round the ankles by Hamish Tweedy, however. And now it's Finn Douglas. Started the tournament well, Douglas. That's another high tackle by Hamish Tweedy, not for the first time this afternoon. So penalty to Melrose. Halfway between the KELSO 22 and the 10-metre line is going to be taken by Doug Crawford. A few Melrose or playmakers in the Melrose ranks here, Crawford being one of them. And now back against the grain comes Brett to Mulcahy. They're on a little move there, but KELSO policed that pretty well. Cammy Thompson thought about putting his hands in the cookie jar, but then thought better of it. Melrose still in possession, going backwards a wee bit here, but we all know what they can do from this type of situation. Mulcahy. Barber gets to him and is eventually wrapped up by Robbie Tweedy. Robbie Tweedy 5 tries so far this afternoon, but it's the defensive duties there. Douglas again scragged by Thompson. KELSO looking okay in defence here. Scott Clark though tries to create the space for Mulcahy on this near side. Strong stuff from the Aussie. And that went backwards from a KELSO hand, and a penalty there against Melrose. So it all comes to nothing, and it's KELSO who have soaked up the early Melrose pressure.
Yeah, just simple defence. It was just keep your shape, make the tackle when it comes, and Melrose were just a little bit lacking there in any opportunity. They were KELSO a little bit lucky with Tweedy. Another high tackle with him. His tackle technique's not really been great today, but he's got away with it as Melrose intercept.
Melrose have intercepted deep inside the 22. Scott Clark. So it's Finn Douglas now, and it's Furness out. That's a loose pass from Furness out there to Kirk, and Kirk's seen a wee bit of space though and comes back into space. Good tackle there by, I think that was Barber, and that's gone slightly forward, so say the referee. You're nodding to that, Ian?
Yeah, I think the Melrose player was in front, so Kirk just tried to get rid of that, and he was in front. It's interesting there that loose pass actually just about created a bit of space, whereas everything where it's been sort of normal passing and everything where you would expect it to be, there's been no space. So yeah, just one of these things that could have actually helped quite a bit.
And there he goes, Patterson from the scrum for the third time this afternoon. Up the side of it he goes. Finn Douglas in pursuit, but can't get back in time. But he's the playmaker, he's the pace man, he takes the line-outs, he takes the kick-offs. He is a first-class sevens player, a first-class 15s player.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean we've mentioned it 3 times about this player's got to do this to do better to tackle him, this player's got to do better to tackle him. The fact of the matter is that he's just such a good player, he knows what he's doing. A couple of players, KELSO players, are running off him, so they're always creating a little bit of decoy as well, so there's that little bit of deception. It's so good. Now
the scrum cap is off, the familiar scrum cap, and he's off to the touchline for a breather. He'll be back no doubt, but William Tweedy is on. Played well in the semi-final when he came on, Tweedy. Next kick-off's been taken by Mulcahy, and Melrose in possession now through Doug Crawford. And on for Melrose is Frostwick as well, another impressive performer, but there's a choke tackle there. A couple of KELSO players, and he's been held up. It's gone to ground now. Is it going to come back on the Melrose side? Yes, it is. Oh no, referee's awarded it to KELSO. Big cheers there from the KELSO players, the KELSO bench. That was good defence again here.
It was. Tweedy slightly lucky again. For me, he's gone high again on that one, but he's probably got away with that one. He's got himself in underneath the ball rather than above the ball, which he's got away with. But again, it's just, Melrose just haven't been able to just get that gap find a gap, put somebody through it, whereas Kelso did.
And on for Melrose now is one of the unsung players in the ranks for me. Vital cog in this 12, Connor Spence. He's replaced Furness. It's still Melrose 0, Kelso 5. Barber thought about a crack on the outside. Seen that he had Finn Douglas in front of him and thought better of it, but he set it up. And McNeil plays scrum half. He goes to Thompson, to Tweedy. Hamish Tweedy rather is putting a kick for his brother to chase Hamish. Connor Spence is going back there and it's drifted into touch, but that was smart play from Tweedy. There was nothing really on, so he stuck it in the corner, but good marshalling by Connor Spence. Murray Woodcock, he's been used sparingly this afternoon, Woodcock, but he's made an impact when he's come on, and they've won that Melrose line out, and it was Woodcock. They flung him up there, the slight figure, very athletic. Parson's back on now as well. Parson takes it to ground in a good position here, Selkirk. Penalty's been awarded against Connor Spence. He was a wee bit too eager there. The desired destination, and they're going to pack down for a scrum. You'll have to tie a few players in here.
Yeah, and who's at scrum half? Who's back on the scrum half?
Yes, indeed. Surely not again. Surely Melrose will have worked this out. But as I said before, it's one thing knowing he's going to do it. Quite another.
Yeah, if you look
to stop the man.
Scott Clark's quite wide, so it gives Dwayne Patterson that opportunity.
Yeah, but he's come to Hamish Tweedy this time, and Hamish Tweedy goes one way or another. Good defence again by Melrose. It's squirted out the back door. Adam Hall though. Barber now to Robbie Tweedy. Robbie Tweedy, can he stand up? Douglas, good strength by Tweedy, and he got the pass away. It's gone forward though, so Melrose get a reprieve. Good defence there by Finn Douglas, and the half-time whistle goes. So it's not quite been the champagne stuff we thought it might be, but my word, there's been no quarter asked and none given as Kelso going to half-time leading 5 points to 0. So Kelso to start the last half of rugby this afternoon. Dwayne Patterson chips it high into the air, but it's been well gathered in there by Mulcahy. Melrose through Frostwick to Clark, has almost been ever present this afternoon, to Doug Crawford. Crawford sees a wee bit, he's bumped off a man, Crawford. That was Patterson, and he's created the space for Frostwick. Now can Frostwick go from deep? No, he goes back to Paddy Anderson, who's on, and there's a man over for Melrose here. Mulcahy straightens, can he find the extra man on that far side, and back into Anderson it goes. First blood to Melrose in this second half. Melrose dots it down.
It's superb team try.
It was a brilliant team try.
Yeah, and it's players running, it's players identifying where there's a short pass, a long pass. If you take the 2 tries that have been scored, one was a piece of individual brilliance by Dwayne Patterson. That was a team try where everybody knew the role. Doug Crawford started it off and made a couple of little jinky breaks, beat a couple of men. Somebody took a short ball because there was a space there. Then it was worked out a bit further, and eventually it was worked out to Paddy Anderson on the wing, who ran it in from about 15 metres.
The tricky-ish conversion has been missed, so we are even Steven here. Big crowd has come out from the tent to watch this final, and Patterson goes again from the base. No, this time he goes to Thompson. That's a loose pass by Thompson though, and Robbie Tweedy's going to have to go back here now. What can Robbie Tweedy do? Senses a wee bit of space, but the door is quickly closed on him. Barber to Patterson to Thompson, and Thompson's got Woodcock. Now Woodcock's got pace, we know that, but he's going to be tight to the touchline. Woodcock, he's done well to stay in there. Patterson to Adam Hall again, the link man, as Ian mentioned before. Now it's out to Robbie Tweedy. They've gone side to side here. Tweedy is tackled by Brett. Melrose player in over that and is awarded the penalty. Connor Spence, that looked like, and it's been kicked forward by Doug Crawford. Has the penalty been awarded that? They're going to come back. Yes, and the yellow card. Ooh. Thoughts on that? Where's the player supposed to go? He was kicked forward by Doug Crawford, for the benefit of our listeners, and he was tackled almost in the act of kicking it.
I think it was the fact that he wasn't 10 rather than the
Ah,
late
right,
tackle.
okay.
Because he was certainly well within the 10.
Yeah.
So he could have pulled out of it. Yeah, it's a difficult one, I agree.
But either way, Melrose have the penalty, so advantage Melrose now. Man advantage, certainly 5-5 on the scoreline, but you fancy Melrose to have the sense here. Was there an element of crossing there? No, the referee doesn't think so. So Doug Crawford still in possession. Looks like a slightly high tackle on him there, but that's been allowed to go. Rolly Brett on the outside now. Can Rolly Brett evade the challenge? And that's been flung back in. Oh, it was almost picked up by Woodcock, but it was knocked on by the youngster as he thought about going the distance. What do Kelso need to do here, Ian? A man down inside their own 22.
Yeah, they've just got to work so much harder to take out the ball carrier and just watch any sort of. It's a really difficult one. They've just got to work hard to make that extra man up. So that, you've got to get the hooker straight out the back of this scrum as quickly as possible, and then give that extra man in defence.
I mean, a wee bit of a mess of the scrum there, Kelso, but Melrose are still in possession, and it's Anderson. Oh, nice wrap around here. They've got a man over, as you'd expect. They're a man at the good fin. Douglas, that's a good tackle on him by Archie Barber, though. Will they ride this out? Anderson tries to go down the blind side, and they're in here, Melrose. Eventually, the space appeared, and it looks like Connor Spence getting up with the ball. 10 points to 5 now. Melrose, they've come from behind. They've been impressive in this second half. They've not allowed Kelso to play. And Ian, I would say they're good value for this lead now.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, they created tried to create an overlap there, which Kelso did a really good job of blocking that off. And then it just came down to simple numbers. As once they got there, it was a simple pick up, and you're not going to stop Connor Spence for that distance.
And that's a high kick-off again, and it's going to go. Oh, it's well plucked out there by Dwayne Patterson. I thought for all money that. Oh, and he's thrown it to a Melrose player. He's thrown it straight to Mulcahy. I don't know if Mulcahy gave him the shout there. That was unlike Patterson, but here come Melrose again towards the 22. Paddy Anderson with the strength, but he's hauled to the deck. Melrose looking good now. Mulcahy again. He's tackled by McNeil. Comes back on the Melrose side, however. Doug Crawford to Brett. I agree with you, Ian. Brett's bulked up over the summer, I would suggest. Been an impressive performer here this afternoon. Melrose still in possession. Ruck is formed, and it's been kicked forward. Interesting tactic that. It's going to go dead now. Is that going to be full time? Is that? Oh no, it's not going to go dead. It's bounced back into the field of play. Dwayne Patterson tries to find a gap. Good tackle on Patterson. We'll come back to that. Ian, I've not seen that much before. That tactic, and James Thompson tries to skirt around the. Oh, he's holding on to that, James Thompson. A penalty's been awarded. He got isolated. Now, you're pointing at the sticks here, Ian. Would you take a crack at this?
I would if it wasn't time up.
Scott Clark, tapped the ball and
kicked it out.
Tapped it out and kicked it out,
Melrose 10, KELSO.
And so Melrose, as they did last year, have won here at Peebles Sevens. The final wasn't a classic. They almost cancelled each other out, but fair play to Melrose. They know how to win Sevens rugby matches. They have won the final. Melrose 10, KELSO 5.